so today, yesterday we discussed all about the domain names and everything, and also we went for this, what you tell, for an individual. Now, exactly today, what we are going to do is we will basically try to know how these domain names are registered and where these domain names are registered, how exactly this is going to work. Now here guys, whenever you want to register a domain name, so whenever you go for the whole, that is basically world map. So whenever you go for the world map, there are n number of companies and n number of countries. So each and every country has their different rules and different places where, if let's say Africa or India. So India, if you're registering a domain name, it is a different body which basically is responsible, and each and every country has different bodies which are basically going to be responsible for registering the domain names. Now, let me just show you how exactly these particular domain names carry out. Give me a moment. So guys, whenever you go for these domain names, so here I got one image. I'll show you exactly how it works. Downloads, desktop. Yeah, footprinting and reconnaissance. Just a moment, guys. Here guys, this is one image, and also we can search here. We basically call them as region of internet registries. So exactly how does it exactly work is, guys? So here, whenever you go for different countries, right? So you got different regions on the world map. So let's say India is basically one region, Africa is basically one region, and different China, Canada, US, these are America, these are basically different regions. Now in each and every region, whenever you're trying to purchase a domain, whenever you're trying to register a domain, that is basically you want to register a domain because you want to make your company available on internet. So that is the reason why you are basically making an online presence. For that, you definitely need a domain name. So Amazon, if you take an example of Amazon, so whenever Amazon tries to buy a domain name online, so whenever there is basically one region from which Amazon belongs, that region, that particular region has a registration body. So that what is the exactly body is responsible for? That exactly body is responsible to maintain the records of the company, when it was registered, how it was registered, and who is the owner of the company. So each and every information will be maintained by that particular organization. Now, let me just show you here. Here I have. Okay, we can consider this image. Okay, this would be enough. So let me just tell you how exactly it is going to work. Now, here we have ARIN, which basically stands for American Registry for Internet Numbers. And here we have LAC-NIC. So LAC-NIC basically stands for Latin America and Caribbean Internet Address Registry. So here we have AFRINIC, which basically stands for African Network Coordination Center. And we have APNIC, which stands for Asia Pacific Network Coordination Center. And also we have RIPE-NCC, which is Resox IP European Network Coordination Center. So whenever I tell these all, so you basically got American, you basically got Latin American, you got European, you got African, and you got Asia Pacific. So whenever you go for this n number of different bodies, so each and every region, guys, let me just write down here. First thing we got is ARIN. ARIN. Now, whenever I tell something about ARIN is basically responsible to maintain the records of American region domain name registries. So here we have American registry for internet numbers. Same thing whenever you go for LAC-NIC. This is Latin America. And Caribbean Internet Address Registry. Now we got RIPA and NCC, which basically stands for Resox IP European Coordination Center. Next, we got AFRINI. So this is basically related to African Network Coordination Center again. And the last one, we got APNIC, in which our India also comes apart. APNIC, Asia Pacific Coordination Center. Now, guys, whenever I tell something about American registry for internet numbers, it basically holds what is exactly the role of this particular registry bodies is nothing but they basically are responsible to maintain the records, of companies registering domain names on internet. So exactly this is the role of these particular bodies. Now, whenever you go for each and every country, now if I basically want the information about Amazon.com, I can basically go and reach out to American Registry for Internet Numbers. So here they'll basically maintain a record of organization from starting to register to how many subdomains are there, what are the domains, when was it registered, and what is the background of the company. Each and every information will be maintained by these bodies. So whole internet, all over the internet, no matter what location it is. So whole world map is basically divided into 5 different coordination centers. These are basically different centers and different registry units from where you can, which are basically responsible to maintain the record of each and every registration all over the globe. So it doesn't matter on internet, whatever you're trying to register, wherever you're trying to register, they are responsible to maintain all the records and also answerable to the governments of each and every region. So whenever there is something related to some kind of investigation or whatever is related to, the first thing whenever it comes to internet and knowing, getting the information about domain names, so that particular background of the company will be known by these bodies. So these are basically responsible to maintain each and every information related to companies which are available on the internet. So that is how these bodies play. Clear, guys? Any doubts? Anyone? Can we move forward, guys? Clear. Okay. So we'll just move forward. What is use of this? So guys, whenever you are gathering information or whenever you want to know about the domain names, you basically need to know who is responsible on the internet to maintain all the information about the domain names. Like if you basically complain, if you basically go for a some kind of robbery or something, you're directly going to cops or some kind of, let's say, if I'm in Hyderabad, so I will go to the nearest police station, which is in that particular location. So same way, whenever you go for these domain names also, it is basically whole world map. Whole world map is basically divided into different five different you can tell registry centers, coordination centers, which are going to coordinate with each other to get the information about all the background of that particular background of that particular companies. What is this? Thank you for transaction done at SBI branch. Please share your experience on crcfsbi.co.in home feedback. May be provided before 8 a.m. tomorrow. No personal information will be captured. What is this? Can anyone explain what is this? Today happened. What happened? Did you have, so you had some kind of transaction or what is it? It is not exactly hack. It is basically a feedback link. Just tell me whether the money was deducted or not. Was the money deducted? Yes. Okay. I think it is a phishing attack. Yeah, I know it is some kind of phishing attack only. So if the money is deducted, I'll just advise you one thing. I'll give you some kind of information. Just a moment. Okay, by the end of the session, I'll just try to give you some information where you can register the complaint. I'm not getting that contact number. So I'll just give you some information by the end of the session. Try to remind me after this. Okay, guys, let's move forward. So I guess till here everything is clear. Now, whenever you're going for information gathering, guys, you got something called as public information, and also we got something called as private information. So whenever you go for public information and private information is the one you will you need to basically dig into deep. Public information is the one which is available on the internet. Now let me just show you. There is something called as Google Docs. Google Docs, or you can also call it as exploit database. So here, whenever you go for Google Docs, guys, you can just type Google Docs and you can open the first link, exploit DB, exploit database. So here you can see a number of information is there. So this is nothing but, guys, whenever you go for this particular information, this is all the information, all the websites which are basically not secured on the internet, and also which are you can tell few websites are compromised, few websites are like not secure. So what will happen is whenever someone tries to find out the vulnerability, he will either try to post it here, or whatever the vulnerability is there, you will try to get all the vulnerable sites, you will try to get all the vulnerable databases. So these are all vulnerable databases which are publicly available. And what few people will do is, in some cases, there are few websites who will try to take your Aadhaar cards, PAN cards. And in this particular Google Docs, you will also find few Aadhaar cards and PAN cards which are publicly available. Let me just type documents here. See, government entitled index of documents. You can just go to this Google search, link index of documents, atmospheric administration. See, here are all the documents. Let me just open any one of them and see what we'll get. What is this? Environmental Protection Agency, dear sir, madam. It is some kind of letter. Okay, we'll go for a few Indian information. Excel documents, scan documents. So whenever you try to see, guys, a few are available and few vulnerabilities will be like they will be resolved immediately. So those resolved vulnerabilities you will not be able to find on Google. But once you basically click on this, see, here you will get files containing juicy information. So set up PHP, URL login, we'll look out for some kind of documents or something. So here you go, let me just type WhatsApp here. URL WhatsApp company subject, WhatsApp databases. What is here present in WhatsApp databases? So here I got images. See some kind of cat images. Some information. So these are basically publicly available information, which is basically either you can tell these are vulnerable websites which got compromised, information got compromised, and those particular links are available in the Google Docs, no matter what information may be. So here you can also find out, guys, few kind of Aadhaar cards, PAN cards, and other information also, which is related to some government identification. So let me just search for few. Here you have WhatsApp images. We'll see what is present in these WhatsApp images. No, this is not working. You can also go for some kind of websites. Just a moment. We'll move forward and check what else we can find. Upstream project, VPN status monitor, database properties, transversal vulnerability. So here, whenever you see this CVE 2023-50164, this is basically the vulnerability which got patched. So here you got server management panel installation, something SSH host keys are there, Docker management, admin. Let's go forward. PHP configuration, administrator files. Let me just type here files. Something related to account number. Let's check this. What is this exactly? Tracker, server attachments. Okay, this is not working. So like this here, guys, if you try to look into data, index profiler, if you try to look into data, each and everything, parental directory, some kind of documents are there. What is this? W directory present. Some other stuff. Panel HTM, NPS profiler comparison. So here you can find a number of information, guys. Either it comes through information of user IDs and passwords. Either it is user IDs and passwords. Either it is some kind of. You can also tell. See here we got something. PAN card sample image. See, this is the leaked information. Pramod Kumar, Mato IT, PAN card Sagar. See, Baburao, Chaburao, Sathe something. Unnamed JPG. See another. Smita Prakash Srivastava. So again, Raghava Rao Suresh. Like this, you got 12 different PAN cards, guys. Now, can we basically use this PAN cards to hide our information. So wherever on the websites, whenever someone tries to ask you to give your PAN card, to it is important to register, please provide PAN card. And what people will do is they'll basically find this public information on Google Docs or somewhere, and they will try to use this particular publicly available information of these people, and they will try to submit these PAN cards. So whatever they do, they will basically use this particular name, use this particular different names, and they will try to either do some kind of fishy things which is completely illegal, or any kind of users, they will try to use this particular PAN cards, and they will try to reach their motive. So like this, there are a number of credentials, user IDs, passwords, government IDs, some kind of approvals. There are a lot of data is present in this particular Google Docs. So if you basically try to sit and if you basically try to search, you have some kind of 633 entries, 7,993 total entries. So in this, 60 to 70% of data is publicly still available. It is not been removed from the Google Docs. So once it is basically solved, then you can basically consider that that particular vulnerability has been removed. And here you got, oh, some file got downloaded. Let me just delete this first. So like this, a lot of data is available, guys. So you basically need some time. You can open and you can check what is the data, but don't try to download any files. Don't try to upload your information, anything, whenever it is trying to ask. Just please try to look what is there, and then how the documents are uploaded in that websites. So how the documents are uploaded, Ugandhar, is, so whenever you go for this particular websites, so let's say I have some kind of driving license agency, or I basically issue driving licenses. So what I do is I ask my customers to upload their PAN cards, Aadhaar cards online on my website. My website is completely unsecured. It doesn't follow any kind of security rules or anything. So it is easy for the hackers, or it is easy for the people to find vulnerabilities and make that all the information publicly available. Same thing, whenever I basically host my website online, I need to make sure that my website is completely secured. If it is not secure, then all the private information will be converted into public information. Public information. So Google Docs and expert database is a database where all the publicly available, or all the publicly uh, whatever the information has been leaked, or whatever the vulnerabilities that didn't get resolved till now, all the information will be available on that particular database. You can collect Aadhaar cards, PAN cards. So there are n number of websites which are not secured on internet. So what these people will do, they'll try to get that data and they'll try to basically upload it on the internet. Once the data is leaked, then they'll basically, Google Docs will have all the links. You can go there and you can find out the links to those websites. So that is how you find all the publicly available data which is still not safe to be on the internet. So private information will become public whenever someone tries to exploit that particular database. Clear, guys? I guess now everyone got the information. Now, one more thing. Here we discussed something, Google Docs, or you can also call as exploit DB. Exploit DB. YouTube link, by the end of the session, I'll just try to share it with you guys. Once I complete the session, then I'll share it. So this is how you basically deal with Google Docs. So now, whenever you're searching something on the internet, guys, we got something called as operators. Whenever you're searching something on internet, we got something called as operators. So what exactly these operators are? So operators, what they will do is, they will help you to get to gather the information more accurately. Sir, can we use the data available on Google Docs? So definitely you cannot use the data. So that is basically publicly available data which got leaked on the internet. So whenever you go for this kind of data, if you basically use it, then it is not good for you, neither good for the people where information got leaked. So what people will do is they'll try to use the data only where they are trying to, like they are going to do something, some kind of dark stuff. Whenever they are trying to do something, work which is completely negative. So it is not recommended to use the data. Just try to look it for the educational purpose, not to use it anywhere in the real life. Because whenever you use it, everyone on the internet know, everyone who is dealing with the security knows that the data is publicly available and it is going to be used in a bad way. So if you try to use it, then it is more like dangerous for you, because you cannot use those information that is publicly available. People use it, but it is a kind of way that they try to hide themselves. Then only they are trying to use it. For us who are basically normal people and we don't want to get into that stuff, then it is not required for us to use it. So here guys, we got something called as operators. So whenever you go for these operators, they will help you to gather the information more accurately. So whenever I go for the operators, let me just type here. So exactly what we are going to do is, so here whenever you go for operators, you got something called as URL. First thing, here you got something called as URL. Second one is going to be title, and third one is going to be description. So let me just tell you how exactly this works. So whenever you go for a new tab, let me just go for a new tab. And here I basically type, if I want to download the PDF on cryptocurrency or blockchain. So let me just go for a file type, colon, PDF, space, cryptocurrency. See guys, here whenever I type file type PDF cryptocurrency. So here, whenever you look at this information, here it is PDF format, here it is PDF format, here it is PDF, here it is PDF. So all the information, whatever I am getting is completely going to be in the PDF format. So all the PDFs are completely sorted. And here first search, whenever I search, all the top 10 links or 15 links are going to be completely PDF format itself. See PDF, PDF. And again, you got here PDF. Again, you got PDF. Again, you got PDF. So like this, you can basically use this information. You can use this operators to search for advanced searching. And also, whenever you go for this particular method, it is much more accurate to gather the information. So either it is some kind of documents, or it is some kind of images, it is much more easier. So here we got something called as Google Guide cheat sheet for operators. So Google search operators cheat sheet, this one. You can basically use this cheat sheet to see in URL is there, in title, in URL. So all in URL only returns the results where the queried keyword is present in the URL. So in URL, if I basically use this in URL, let me just show you. I'll just type in URL colon, let's say Amazon, enter. So here, whatever information is there is completely related to Amazon. So this is Amazon, this is also Amazon, this is also Amazon, this is also Amazon, Amazon Twitter, Amazon LinkedIn, Amazon YouTube, Amazon, again Amazon Play Store, again Amazon, again Amazon. So whatever the information is there, it will basically give you the most accurate and some kind of perfect answers for your questions. So like this, you can basically use this n number of different operators. So there are basically different operators which you can use. So let me just share the link in the chat. You can just go and download this. Try to download it and try to practice. So this is one. And whenever you go for this particular exploit database and everything, please don't, I'm repeating, please don't try to use that information. It is just only for the education purposes. Now guys, here To search images, we got some kind of different search engine called as Yandex. Yandex. So whenever you go for this Yandex, a fast search engine. So here let me just type something related to blockchain and go for search, and I'll go for images. Now Yandex is basically known for image search. So whatever images are there here, so whenever you go for all these images, so whenever you go for this Yandex, so it can basically, it can give more accurate results for image search, more accurate search for image search as compared to any other search engines. So Yandex is basically even better than Google. Whenever you search for images, whenever you're trying to gather information, whenever you're trying to go for the images, you can basically go to Yandex directly and you can have n number of images. So whenever I type blockchain, I get only blockchain images. You can see I'm just keeping on scrolling. So this is all blockchain images. So it is even better than this is an ad, guys. Ignore this. This is also an ad. Ignore this one. This is also an ad. So except those ads, whenever you go, you will get a lot of information related to images whenever you use Yandex. So another search engine here, if you want to gather information about IoT devices, you got something called as Shodan. This is also search engine, which is basically related to IoT devices. Here, if I basically type something like CCTV, let's say CCTV cameras. Can also go for explore. See, industrial control systems, databases, network infrastructure. We'll go for network infrastructure. So here we have information about Polycom. Okay, just go back. Shodan, maps, images, login, user ID has been explained. Okay, monitor. Take a tour, internet database APIs, enrich, GeoNet tools. So this particularly, guys, whenever you go for Shodan, this is basically responsible for IoT devices which are registered online. So I guess everyone know what is IoT, Internet of Things. So these particularly IoT devices, whenever are present, wherever are present here, you can basically gather all the information. Shodan, search engine, explore, categories, infrastructure. So I guess here I need to log in to get this. What can I type here? Because whenever I type IoT, so here I got something called as, we launched a new API. Okay. What is this? HTTP. Singapore. So content type text HTML, cookie, accept bytes. So these are all nothing but, guys, Xiaomi IoT, IBM IoT messages site, Xiaomi IoT. So these are all nothing but a number of devices which are basically present on the internet. So let's open this link. So here, what am I getting exactly? See, open ports 212280443301, Singapore, Organization Quadrant Communications, ISP. This is basically the company's name, ASN number, bootstrap, vulnerabilities. What are the vulnerabilities? In 2024, there was a vulnerability. HTTP to vulnerability, incoming headers exceeding the limit are temporarily buffered. So this was one vulnerability which was solved in 2004, and this is basically the idea of the vulnerability. If you click here, so whenever there is basically one vulnerability is resolved, you will basically get this CV number, where you can basically see here on the right side, I got OpenSSH. Ubuntu is basically going to be the Linux operating system, Apache, HTTPD. So this is all the information, guys. See, look at the number of vulnerabilities. So here left side, you got all the vulnerabilities from 2006 to completely 2024. These are all the vulnerabilities. This is the IP address. Now, if I basically open this regular view, okay, let's go back. We'll search for something else. So in India, what do we got? Uh, we got this IP address. Let's see what is this IP address. See, top operating systems also it is giving Ubuntu, Linux, Windows. So these are basically all the devices which are registered all over the internet. They basically are using different number of IoT devices. So IoT devices related information, whatever Internet of Things devices are taking the information which are registered online. So using the internet, you can basically get a number of information here. See, Russia has 349 hosts. China has 1400 and 4161 hosts. Sir, may I know the browser which consists of vast information while compared to other browsers? So vast information is nothing but each and every browser is good only. So you can basically see Shodan is for IoT devices. If you go for image searches, you can go for Yandex. You can use DuckDuckGo and Baidu. Baidu is going to be one of the powerful search engine. You can get lot of information in Baidu. So I can basically recommend you Baidu if you want to get some kind of deep and vast information. You can use Baidu. As I told in the last session, it is one of the most powerful search engines. So guys, here, whenever you go for the information, top products, top organizations, and top ports. So this is all the information you will find here. So whenever I go for the top ports, guys, here, whenever I click on 22, 362. So port number 22 is open for 362 devices on the internet. I can basically see what are these 362 devices, and I can basically, if I want to attack on these ports, if I have some intention to use or build a connection on this port 80, port 22, I can basically look out for the vulnerabilities. But here, I just want to mention one point. So 90% of the vulnerabilities, whatever are present, are completely resolved on this all the devices. So we can just directly go and we can just directly perform an attack. So that is the information. So here we got something called as Shodan. For information gathering of IoT devices all over the globe. Gathering of global IoT devices. So this is one. Now, guys, let's move forward. So till here, I guess we covered a lot of information gathering and all the about the devices. So let's just move forward. And now here we have few tools which can basically use in Kali Linux, which will help you to show. So they're basically whenever it comes to individuals. So yesterday we discussed about sublister, right? We discussed about sublister and who is something same thing whenever you go for a particular single individual. So what is the information that an individual holds? One is going to be definitely an email ID, email ID. One is going to be a phone number. You can tell phone number. And also, you can also gather information about few usernames. Now, just to gather information from email ID or from any of the organization. So here we have a tool called as Maltigo. Maltigo is going to be the tool. Maltigo tool, which is basically an inbuilt tool in Kali Linux. You can basically use this tool and you can gather the information. So let me show you how exactly this Maltigo works. So here, let me just turn on my virtual machine, Kali Linux. Sir, how to scan router IP address? So scanning is going to be our next module. So in that module, I'll basically show how you can gather information by using different number of different types of scans using Nmap. So Nmap is going to be the tool for using for doing the whole scanning stuff. So in next module, we'll just discuss about the scanning, Sampath. So here you have something called as Maltigo. Just right click, just click on this Maltigo. So here guys, one thing I want to tell you guys. So I basically used this Maltigo before. So that is why I am directly getting the interface. But first time, if you open this Maltigo, you basically have few steps to follow. Let me just note down the steps here. So whenever you go for Maltigo tool, so first thing is you need to create an account. Create an account, which should be, it is going to ask you which version of account do you want to create. You need to mention community version, which is going to be free version, community version. And next one you got open and install transformation hub partners. I'll show you exactly how this works. Let me just first try to mention all the points. Install APIs. First go to home and then install APIs. So let me now show you how practical it is going to work. So now guys, whenever I go to this Maltigo tool here, just a moment. Yeah, whenever I go to Maltigo tool here, so here you got a number of options: investigate, view, entities, collections, transforms. So first thing, whatever what I mentioned there is, you need to open the transformation hub and you need to install the partners. So here it is a transformation hub. So just remove this, open this transformation hub. So once you open this transformation hub, you will get something, some interface like this. Now, whenever I go for this interface, here I got some access options. Here I got some data categories, some plans, some staff picks, and different options are there. Now, what I want to exactly do is click and run limited, click and run unlimited. I want unlimited free access. So I will go for unlimited. So data categories, I'll go for all data categories. So here I got something called as data categories. I got breaches and leaks. So here you can basically use this tool. You can basically use this Maltigo tool to gather the information, whether you have vulnerabilities on your website, whether you have, if you go for Gmail ID of one particular person, you can basically know wherever that particular person information have been leaked. So here you can see this, right? Have I been pawned? So have I been pawned is basically API. So this basically will help you to get to know from where your information has been leaked, which that particular website is there, which is trying to steal your information. So I'll show you practically how exactly it will work. So here I have malware, deep and dark web. It will basically detect whether my information is leaked on dark web. It will detect whether my information is leaked using phishing. It is leaked on social media, or whatever the links are there, each and everything you can get. So here, Maltigo Enterprise, Maltigo Pro are completely going to be paid versions. You can go for Maltigo Community, which is a free version. I don't need any kind of staff picks. So useful for teams. I don't want any kind of teams or anything. Now here guys, these all are n number of APIs. Now how you can basically go and install this API is, so let's say I got Login Soft OSINT. I'll click here on install. I'll just install. Now, once I basically go for install, it is going to ask me for API key. Sometimes it is going to ask for API key. Sometimes it will basically go to directly installed. So this got directly installed. Okay. So let me just go for Wayback Machine, Threat Hunter, Threat Crowd, install Threat Crowd. Yes. Guys, how many of you here remember what is API? Can you give me a quick confirmation? How many of you remember what is API, guys? Do I need to revise what is exactly API and how it will work? Yeah, I know application programming interface. So the concept is clear, or should I repeat the concept once again so it will be more clear for you guys how exactly APIs work? So, okay, let me just explain once again. I'll just repeat because a few of the people I see new faces in the class today. There are 2 to 3 people who are new. So let me just show you how exactly API works. So guys, this is like going to be a good explanation. Okay, practically you can understand how exactly API works. So let's say we got API. API basically stands for Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. Now, whenever you go for this application programming interface, how exactly it is working and what is it used for? Now, here I got an example of, let's say you can go for flight booking. I'll take an example of flight booking. Now, whenever I tell something about flight booking, can anyone tell me what are the n number of companies which are trying to sell tickets, flight tickets online? Can anyone tell me? Flight ticket. Where can I go and book my flight ticket? If I want to basically fly from Germany to India, Germany to India or India to Germany, where can I go and book my flight ticket? So I need website names, guys, travel agent names online. There are a number of travel agent names. Book My Show is for theaters. Indigo is a flight name. I need agent's name, not flight name, agent's name. Make My Trip, exactly. One is Make My Trip. Make My Trip. One is going to be Paytm. One is going to be Ixigo. Ixigo, Agoda, okay. Trivago. Okay, we'll consider this GoIP also, is that right? So we'll consider these as a traveling agents. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me international flight names, flight company names, companies which are basically offering flights to fly internationally? Emirates is one. Next, Air India is one. Okay. Next, Etihad is one. Deccan, okay. British Airways is there. Qatar Airways is there. Okay, let's consider these 6 different international flights. Now, guys, I have one question. Whenever you go for these basically 6 different flights, 6 different companies which are basically offering flights, which are basically offering the services to travel from one international location to another international location. So if I am basically trying to book a ticket on Make My Trip, I'm using this and I'm trying to book a ticket on Make My Trip. So here I am trying to I'm trying to book a ticket in Emirates Airways. Okay, I'm targeting Emirates. Now here I can see, so I have 10 seats left. I basically have 10 seats left, and in this particularly 10 seats, the price is going to be from, let's say 25,000 is the price. 25,000 is one ticket price. Now, 10 seats price is going to be 25,000. And if this basically decreases, then one seat, I have only one seat remaining. That one seat price is going to be some 32,000 something, 32,000. So as the quantity decreases, demand increases. So exactly, whenever I tell 10 seats are there and 25,000 is the price. So on Make My Trip, whenever I open this particular third party application, which is having all the flights, okay, So this is basically a third party application, right? Make My Trip doesn't own Emirates. Make My Trip is not owner of Air India. Make My Trip is not owner of Etihad, nor Deccan, not British, not Qatar Airways. So these are all some other companies. These are all different companies. Owners of these companies are different. Owners of these companies are different. There is no common relation. Now, whenever 10 seats are there and the price is 25,000, it is updated on Make My Trip. The 10 seats are available and 25,000 is the price. So here, target is availability. Yes, hey, mama, chota mama, dekha. So guys, here our target is going to be availability and price. So whenever here, just a moment. Whenever here availability is high, price will be less, and whenever availability is less, price will be more. Now whatever this concept is, so that is basically, let's say, availability and price. Each and every second of each and every company, of this each and every company, whatever the price and availability is there, is getting updated in this Make My Trip, Paytm, Ixigo, Agoda, Trivago, and GoIbibo. How they are basically able to get the information of all these flights, and they are able to update on this particular websites. So these are basically agent websites. These are not owner of the, none of the company owns the flights or anything. How they are going to gather the information, how they are going to each and every second, how is basically this Emirates website, whatever Emirates is trying to publish on the website, whatever they're trying to update on the website, whether 10 seats are available, 9 seats are available, 8 seats are available, 7 seats are available. So 5 seats got cancelled, 3 seats got cancelled. So 10 seats were already booked. So whenever price is increasing, price is decreasing. So these are all different operations. So whenever these activities are being updated on the Emirates main website, so how Make My Trip is going to basically copy the same information, how it is going to get that information that accurately. Because here the possibility is that the particular developer cannot go and change manually each and every time the price changes, right? Whenever Emirates is changing the price to 35,000, 10,000, 20,000, so each and every time this particular Make My Trip will not be able to update it manually. So it should automatically be updated. So if you basically want it to update automatically, what exactly you are going to do is, we are basically going to use APIs. Now exactly how this API works, let me just tell you what is exactly this API and how it works. Now what Emirates will do is, Emirates will try to create one API. Now what Emirates will do is, Emirates will not send the information to Make My Trip, not send the information to Paytm separately. It is going to update 10 seats are available, 9 seats are available, prices increased, prices decreased. Each and every activity is basically updated on the API, application programming interface, is updated on the application programming interface. So this is basically main website. You can tell this is basically the main website of Emirates. And from this main website, this particularly Make My Trip, Paytm, these basically call these APIs. They basically call for the API. There is only single API, guys. This single API is called with n number of websites. And these n number of websites, they get the information from these APIs. They get the information from the API, and each and every second, whenever the main website of Emirates is updating the price, decreasing the price, and updating the availability and decreasing the availability, all the information is updated in this basically APIs. Once the information is updated in API, these companies will try to copy the information. They try to call this API in the program. Whenever you go for a program, they'll basically use this API keys. You will have something called as API keys. If they basically get this API keys, and they try to keep these API keys in their website code. So that time this API information, whatever is there, that will be automatically displayed on the website. So you don't need to manually do anything. So whenever Emirate is trying to update the information on the flights, whatever information is trying to be updated on the Emirates is automatically called on the websites like Make My Trip, Paytm, Ixigo, Agoda, and Trivago, GoIbibo. That is how it is being updated. Clear, guys? Now you know how basically we use APIs. Same way, Air India has one separate API, Etihad has one separate API, Deccan has one separate API, British has one separate API, and Qatar has one separate API. So whenever these companies, the owners, they basically update the information in API. So this API is basically called by multiple companies, multiple websites, and they gather the information. Clear, guys? What is the use of API key? So API key is nothing, but whenever I tell Emirates has a API, just a moment, guys. Yes. So whenever I tell here, there are basically APIs from where information is getting. So each and every API will have a certain API key. By using that API key, you will basically call that particular API. So that is the API key is nothing, but it is basically you can tell some kind of face of that particular API. If you want to use that API, you need to have the unique API key. So if you have that unique API key, then you can basically call it in your code. So each and every API, Emirates API will have separate API key. Air India will have API key. API will have API key. Etihad API will have Etihad API key. Deccan will have API, and that API will have a separate key. So that key will be called in the particularly one website, that is either Paytm, Mexico, Agoda, any of the website. So from that, they are going to fetch the information. Each and every second, whatever is updated, whatever is deleted, whatever flights have been cancelled, all the information can be updated automatically to these websites. That is how they pass the information. Clear, guys? Still anyone have any doubts in this topic? Any doubts, guys? I hope everything is clear. Soumya raised hand. If you have any doubts, you can definitely text in the chat box, guys, or we are good to go. Clear? Okay. What about these two? Who are these people? Ali, and also there is one more person. Ali and Ugandar. Is it clear to Ali and Ugandar? Sir, how many API can one website contain? See, this particular website, Emirates will have only single API, and Make My Trip can have all the APIs. All the APIs. One website can call a number of APIs, doesn't matter. See, whenever you go for Make My Trip, it have more than 100 to 200, more than like 20 to 30 companies, right? Either it is domestic flights, either it is international flights. So based upon that, you can call a number of APIs. Clear, right? Okay. Now, I'll just take you to Maltigo. So whenever, just a moment. So whenever you go for Maltigo, guys, same thing here also. Maltigo has n number of APIs. Whenever you go for a Wayback Machine, allows you to browse snapshots and archived content. So this particular sir API key having only this type of information. I didn't get you. API key having only this type of info. Which type of information? Can you explain in detail what are you exactly trying to tell? API key is having only this type of information. So see, Emirates website is there. Now, Emirates website is only having the information about Emirates flights. So in that API, you will find only Emirates flights information only. If you want to go for Air India flights information, you need to call API separately from Air India's website. So like that, different companies, if you want different APIs, you need to call. So each and every, see, have I been pawned will basically show you where your information got leaked on the internet. This has separate API. This has separate API, this has separate API, this has separate API. So these are all nothing but free APIs. You can call all these APIs in one particular tool using Maltigo, and you can gather the information. Now let me just show you practically how it is gathering the information. So here you can go for new, click on new. Here you will have run view. Okay. In this entity palette, guys, try to observe. Here, if you click on the Maltigo icon, you will have this new option. Click on new. Here you will have, if you go for Transform Hub, you can download all the APIs. And if you click here and if you go for new, here you have domain name and here you have email address, right? Let me just go for email address. Now what I'll do is I'll just drag and drop this email address here. And here I'll double click on this. and I'll give my email ID sydirfani737@gmail.com. Enter. Now here, once I basically hit enter, I basically gave the information. Now in this particularly entity palette, email address is given. Here, if you basically click on this run view option, so on the top side, you will have run view option. If you basically click on review option, once you basically click on this run view option, guys, left side, you will have all the APIs. You will have all the different applications. See, have a bean pond is there. You can click here and you can go for, you can basically click on this button. You can click on this forward button. And once you click on running transform, get all breaches information. See, where was my information leaked on internet? On Dubsmash, my information. I never used Dubsmash to create some reels or anything, guys. I just downloaded it once. And Dubsmash information was leaked over the internet. There was some kind of data breach. And in that, my particular email ID and password got leaked. Now, Cutout Pro. This is basically exceeding, one second, exceeding rare limit. So exceeding rare limit is nothing, but you can just ignore this because we are using free version. It is showing exceeding rare limit, or else it will show you 2 to 3. That's it. If you go for a paid version, it will give you more advanced information, guys. So here, these are two websites where my information got leaked. Now, here we have something called as find my entity properties, a person from email address. Okay, you can basically run whatever you have, guys. Here, whatever you have downloaded, you can just try to click on this button and it will show you the information. So here, once I click on a person from email address, see, transform to person from email address, returned 0 entities. 0 entities in the sense there is no information available. Okay, leave that one. Let's go down. We have alien Voltex. See, guys, one thing I want to tell you. See, whenever I go for this alien vault OTX here and I click on this forward run button, here it is going to ask for the API key. Now, from where can you get this API keys? Just go to your browser. What is it? Alien Vault OTX. Go to your browser and type Alien Vault OTX free API. Enter. So here, if you basically open this official website, see here, you can just go and create an account. First, you need to create an account. Once you create an account, you can go to dashboard. Just a moment. API integration. If you go to API integration, here you will have example API users. See here you have API key. You need to copy this API key. See guys, you need to log in. You need to first make your account here. Once you make your account successfully, then exactly you will get the API key. So you can just type free API, go to dashboard. Here you will have API integration on the right side. Click on this API integration. So here you will have direct connect API usage. Copy this API. Once you log in, then you will get this API. Go here and paste the API here and go for run. Just a moment. Why it is not coming? Yeah, here go for run. Running transform search pulses for OTX on one entity from this. So it will take some time. Same thing here, guys. If you go for this attack also, here it will also ask for the API, but few are paid APIs, few are not paid APIs. So you can ignore few of them. You can basically use few of them. So we have something called as peering data, peering DB. Here we have people MON community. It is asking for API key. What is this? People MON community. Let's see people MON community. Can we get the API for free? People MON community. Just a moment. Free API. Public APIs. List of free APIs. Leave it. So let me just go back here. Okay. Okay. Close. Here I have also something called as Wayback Machine will be there. So here you got find entity properties, run. Also, guys, you can do one thing. One more thing is, see, Gmail, something you got on the information on Gmail, domain name with properties, gen date 2026. Some information is available here. So if you basically want to run all the transforms, here you got something called as all transforms run, and then you can go for directly run. Okay. Just a moment. What is it telling? Please accept the disclaimer for transform GitHub get profile. Required inputs run all transforms. All transforms. Where is GitHub? Okay, we'll run one by one. See, this information will keep on getting the information. So guys, email ID information will be a little bit of less, but whenever you go for domain name information, you will get lot of information in domain names. See, if you basically run this, each and every one, IP addresses, again DNS, GNS, GPS, okay, dismiss. So here, see, we got a lot of information, I guess. Let's see what is available. So whenever you go for this gmail.com here, just a moment. What is the information I got? Date observed. So it is exactly telling transform link alien vault. See here, it is showing wherever my Gmail was used. So multi-send unsubscribe. So here it is showing again multi-send. Again, there is some kind of URL again. So like this, you will find whichever information is there, guys, related to. Okay, let's just go for let's leave this email ID. Let's go for organization now. I'll just delete this. Don't save. Let's go for new, and again we'll go for a domain name here, and we will take the domain name something as simplylearn.com. Simplylearn.com, and then we will run all transforms. We'll ignore a few. We will run the remaining. Threat crowd enrich. Where is threat crowd enrich in this? Threat crowd. Just a moment. I accept. Run. Let's see what we'll get. Okay. Just try to observe, guys. What is the information we are trying to get here? Still, it is we are getting the information again. There is a lot of information available. See, this is basically a DNS server, which is basically related to LMS. LMS is nothing but learning management system. Whenever you go for learning management system, It is basically used to hold the students' data. Simply learn domain, DNS records, passive DNS, generated date, time, everything it is giving. Now, if I basically, who is public domain registry? If I go for who is public domain registry, simply.com, relevance, dismiss. Relevance, it is giving dismiss. So again, if I scroll here, right side, we will also get few email IDs. See, whenever I go for an organization, see here I got one email ID. AWS DNS host master, Amazon.com is one email ID I got. And if I scroll right here, I got another email ID. Abuse contact public domain something. Again, domain admin simply learn email ID is there. Here we got MX record for the domain name information. If I scroll down here and I'll zoom little bit. Here we got a PDF document. What is this PDF about? See, we also have URL here. What is this URL telling? UI UX skills see increase in demand annually simply done IIT Bangalore. PDF is there. Let's open this. Just a moment. What is this link telling? Web archive link is there. Wayback Machine. Let's see what is present in this link. Capture one. Just a moment. Say I got the PDF, whole PDF. What is this PDF about? Everything. So like this, you will find all the information, guys, whenever you go for Maltigo. So definitely, if you're using free resources, you're definitely going to get limited information only. But if you're basically going for more number of you're using some kind of paid APIs and you're using some kind of information which is like you're going for some enterprise version or advanced version, then you can also get the more deep information about the resources. See, this is basically related to few DNS domain name servers here. Again, what is this? These are all subdomains. These are all domain entities. So if you go for domain entities here, you can see, just a moment. What is it? Cautious.net, elephantdata.net, Kasasa online market motive. So these are all domain names, guys, which are 46 domain entities which are linked with the Simplilearn. So Simplilearn Global, Simplilearn.in, Simplilearn.info, .net. These are all owned by Simplilearn itself. Here, if I go to this, what is this about? IPv4 addresses. These are all IPv, different IPv4 addresses table. So what is this? There is no information available. Okay. Summary, attachments, properties. So these are basically different IP addresses of all the resources which are linked with this website. Let me just zoom it out. What else do we have? Some kind of documents are there. Again, few documents are there. Relationships. Let's see what is this. Error. Message does not exist. So this particular information has been removed. If I go for this document and go for file URL, this is some kind of public information. Today business has to be based on analytics successful, some kind of feedback, I guess. So like this, guys, I hope everyone understood. You will have a lot of information which is publicly available. Here one location is also present whenever you go for the company's location. Relevance count 3. So can we edit any of this information? So editing is not possible. You can gather as much information. See, if you want IP addresses, if you want documents available, if you want domain, subdomains connected, phone numbers. See, few phone numbers are there. Few phone numbers. If you want to gather this information, you can definitely gather. This is the available information which you're getting here. All the information will be gathered of your target, which is available here. There is nothing like you can change or do something. If I zoom it out, see, these all the each and every color is basically mentioned here: IP address, banner, domain, document, snapshot. So whenever you see here, these all are basically going to be document snapshots. So MX records are nothing but these are related to domain name records. URLs, these are all going to be different URLs, URL1, URL2, URL3, URL4. So DNS names, A records, websites, phone number, location. Where are the phone numbers? Let's see phone numbers. This is the phone number 1. This is the phone number 2 we got. So like this, guys, you will get a lot of information. Just a moment. One thing you need to remember is, guys, you need to basically use APIs. Whenever you want the output, you definitely need to use API keys. So you need to basically go to the website, you need to log in and you need to get API keys. So that is important. Clear, guys, everyone? Sometimes you can also get here, see what is the information you can grab here. See, whenever you go for this on the left side here, you can get information about registered events. You can get information. MX records is there, reports are there, SSL certificates are there. So CV represent common vulnerabilities are there, common platform enumeration. So a lot of things are there, guys, where you can get in one single application. So this is basically how you can use Maltigo for gathering information. So we can basically guarantee, guys, whether this information is useful for each and every time. Sometimes you might get useful information, sometimes you might get trash. So you can basically predict. Our duty is to gather the information, check each and every information which is available here. So if you basically want to go and check each and everything, you can basically go and check if something is of useful, then you can definitely go and you can definitely get the information out of this tool. Clear, guys, everyone? Any doubts here? Any doubts, anyone? Or is the topic clear? Okay, yeah, exactly. So you can go and you can practice in your Kali Linux. It is completely inbuilt tool. First, just try to remember, take a screenshot of these steps. I'll just write the steps here. You can take screenshots. Okay, this came here. Just a moment, I'll remove this. So I will give you simple steps which you can follow and you can go and practice. So go to home, install APIs. Then you can go for plus new. And then you can go for entity palette. And also you can take either a domain name. I'll just write drag and drop, drag and drop. Drag and drop domain name and or email ID. Email ID from left. That's it. So you can just do this. Install APIs. Here, let me just note. You can get APIs. Free API keys from official websites of tools. Clear, guys, everyone? So let me just give you a brief once again, so you cannot forget this. So first thing is, here, let me just clear out everything. Don't save. See, first you will get this page. Once you log in, you will basically get this page. So here you can just come here and you can go to Transform Hub. Step 1 is going to Transform Hub. Here choose Click and Run Unlimited. Here choose Click and Run Unlimited, and here plans should be Maltigo Community. Maltigo Community. If you go for Enterprise, you will get paid, and Pro also you will get the paid versions. So don't use any other two options. First option you can select, and you can select all the options here. Go for install APIs first. Once all the APIs are installed, then you can go click on this Maltigo logo, click on new, and here Once you basically go and click on this. So entity palette where you can get, guys, go to this entities, click on new entity. So here domain name is there, drag and drop domain name, give a domain name. Let's go for amazon.com. Amazon.com. And here, just a moment. Amazon.com. Once you click on Amazon.com, you can go for, just a moment. Investigate. Yeah, under this transforms itself, you will have run view. Click on run view. On the left side, you will get all the APIs. Now, if you basically click on this run option here, run option, it will ask for app ID. Just ignore this app ID is something. And if it is basically asking for, if it is going to, if you basically click and it is not going any showing any pop-up, then definitely it is going to get the information. See, whenever I clicked on document cloud, it is basically getting all the information available on cloud. So security trials is there, click, it is asking for API key. So here you can basically look at this name, security trials API key. Go to the Google browser, type security trials, security trials, free API keys. Enter. Now, CyberSecurity API. So here it will just, whenever you open this website, it will tell you to log in and sign up for an API key. See, you can basically go sign up and get a free API key. Once you get a free API key, come back here, paste that free API key and go for run. That's it. Like that, you will find a number of options here, which will ask for API keys. So here, whose information is there? It is asking for API key. Default value, it will not take. So threat miner is there. Click on threat miner. It is taking, it is running. Threat miner is running. See, threat miner grabbed some information. So DNS lookup, XML. So this is asking for API key. Type who is XML API key, who is XML space free API key, enter on Google. You will get option either sign up for free or do some task to get the free API something, collect the APIs. So what you can do is basically, guys, make an some kind of in Microsoft Word or Notepad, try to copy and paste all the API keys and save it. So whenever you're trying to practice, you can just copy and paste those API keys. Like that you can do. This is also asking for API key. Lookup input, run. I guess this will run. Yeah. So like this, you got a number of things. DNS name is there. See, emails, it is gathering information. If you click on documents, what is this document about exactly? Okay. There are a number of documents on Amazon.com. Like this, you can get all the information, guys. I hope it is clear now. You can just follow these steps and you can use Maltigo. Either it is Amazon.com or else it can also be, just a moment. Investigate, view, entities, collections, graph one. Transforms or unview. Yeah. Unview, no selection, okay. So this is how you can get, guys, all the information, whatever is available. Sir, can we delete this data in some application? No, no, no. Why will you? This is, see, this is the data available on, so whenever you go for Amazon.com, this Amazon.com, whatever domain name is there, based upon this domain name, whatever information is present on internet, you are either it is private information, either it is public information, everything you can grab by using these APIs. Once you use these APIs, you can grab each and every information available. So each and every information here, you can just, whenever you go for this, each and every API, you can basically see two GPS. Here one is there. Here phone number is there. If you want to collect phone numbers, phone number API is there. You can basically run each and everything and you can gather the information, but you can't download, sorry, you can't delete or update the information. So whatever information is there, it is collecting and displaying here. That's it. Try to remember. And this might be private or public. It depends. So if it is private, well and good, you can use it however you want to. If it is public also, it might be helpful in some reason. So that is the main part of information gathering. So guys, till Maltigo, I hope everything is clear. So that's it for today, guys. Please practice this Maltigo tool, how it will work, and also visit Google Docs and see whatever the information you can get. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.